Good day, and welcome to What's Happening MACo, a podcast from your award-winning government television station, County Cable Montgomery. Now, here's your host, Derek Kinney.
Good day, and welcome back to What's Happening MACo. We're here with Councilmember Dawn Leudke, and she's at the MACo conference as well, Ocean City, Maryland. Our own little bit of paradise in the state of Maryland. But today, we're here to work.
Yes.
We are here to learn. We're here to learn best practices from peers from across the county or across the state. How's the MACo conference been for you so far?
It's been great. I actually came down yesterday, so I started attending the workshops and seminars yesterday.
Okay.
And back at it all day today.
Wow.
Taking a little break here right now.
What is a day at the conference like? Sometimes when you mention conferences to people that may not have had the privilege to go to a conference, that, it's like a vacation day.
Mm-hmm.
What is it really like so that people know what it's like? And you can even mention how hard the floors are in convention centers.
The floors are hard. The rooms are cold. It's hot outside. There will be no beach for any of us, right?
Right.
Which I always think is funny. And of course, my husband's down here too for his work. And somebody said, "Oh, well, I guess it's like a little vacation." And I said, "I will see him in the morning. I will see him when we go to bed, and I might pass him at an event. But that is it. That is the way we roll." So.
What are some of the issues that you find to be rising to the forefront across the board for your peers across the state?
I think there are certainly things that come to us as district council members where our residents are concerned about certain things, and yet I know that those are not unique to our district. So, for example, increase in certain types of crime or perceptions of increase in certain types of crime. Overall, sort of feeling unsettled about that within the communities. There has been an uptick in different types of things, but that's not unique to Montgomery County or my district. It's happening statewide. It's happening across the country. Yeah.
Now, what are you learning in terms of best practices so far when it comes to issues like crime, homelessness, environment, or any other of the issues that might be something that be of concern to residents of the county?
So what I love about the presentations they have here is, again, you pick and choose which ones you're going to attend based on your personal interests. And so you'll have people who are coming at the same problem from different disciplines. So they're each bringing a different lens to the issue, and that gets everybody a little bit of different information coming from broader perspectives, sharing practices, and then figuring out from the types of questions that are asked in those rooms, following those panel presentations, where we might be going next.
Wow. Okay. Now, what are some of the issues that you, in particular, are looking at facing? Like you have a passion for taking on. What are some of those issues for you right now?
Public safety is a huge one for me. So I serve on our council's Public Safety and Health and Human Services committees. And then I serve as the council's lead for crisis response, because that is a content area that overlaps both HHS and public safety. So I personally do come at everything from a multidisciplinary perspective, because it's the problems and things we are dealing with in the day in, day out are not just one agency or one department's function. So how do we make them work better together?
Wow. Yeah, because a lot of times residents see government as just government. There's no council, there's no executive, there's no department of HHS and police department, just government.
Yes.
The government's not doing this, the government's not doing that. How much work does it take to coordinate the different departments and agencies and entities within the county government to make things happen?
I think this isn't unique to Montgomery County either. Having come from the state, it took time at the state in solving problems to recognize how we can better do them by overlap, if you will. How you do things better by coordinating between large state agencies, so that to the public's perspective, it is one entity, it's one government. How do we make it easier for the public to access the things that we are doing as a government seamlessly? as opposed to, well, I called 311 and depending on who answered, I may or may not ever get to an agency, right? And 311 does a great job, but it's also not always the best way for a resident to start to interact. It just depends on the issue. And we need to be fluid and flexible with how we are engaging with our residents to make sure we're touching everyone so that they can access things.
That's a great segue. What are some of the ways that residents can reach out to the government? And what are some of the ways that the residents can reach out to you if they have issues concerning public safety or being alerted to crises or how to respond in crises?
Sure. So I do have a newsletter. It comes out usually every 2 weeks. So we do put that out, and I try to not just put in things that are like the council's doing, but things that are happening more broadly across the county. Things that are of particular interest to my district, but not just my district. I do include things that are broader outside of District 7. And, my office is a resource. So, for example, if someone doesn't know the starting point, they should reach out to our office. So you could just councilmember.leudke at montgomerycountymd.gov, and we can then get them to the right people or the right departments. Our team can help advocate for them within the different agencies.
That's great. So they can contact your group directly, and you guys will take action.
Yes.
And it's not going to be pushed away to someone else and all. Okay.
No, and I have I love my team. I just want to say that.
Okay.
My team is awesome.
Push it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're fabulous. They're great, and
Awesome.
and I really appreciate each and every one of them and everything that they do.
Now, I think that's another point where we try to educate residents about government and how government works. Council members are not lone rangers. They're not lone soldiers. They have a team that backs them up, that provide different types of support services. What are some of the types of support services your team provides for you?
So a lot of the things, particularly where I live and my own neighborhood, in fact, but when we have damage after a storm, or power is out, or trees are down, or something's looking iffy on the side of the road and maybe needs to be maintained, how do we get that taken care of? Or how do I get rental relief? How do I deal with a potential case? What's going on with my utility bill? How do I get assistance? And my team is there for that.
Wonderful. Okay. So it sounds like communication, research, action, all those things, they are there for it. And we talked about a few things that are rather serious, a lot of procedural things. It's the 9 best days of summer. Montgomery County Agricultural Fair.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to get out to the fairground?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did not get to go on any rides.
Oh,
I just have to, much to my younger daughter, she desperately wanted to go one night, and I said, I am not capable of going on these rides with you. I have a headache. I'm not feeling fabulous. But my husband took her, and she took him on all the many things, all the spinny things.
Oh, wow.
And then they had some
Purple
fried.
Heart.
Yeah, they had some fried Oreos. They went to visit the rabbits and the goats and some of the other livestock that are out there being shown, and did their tour, and they had a grand old time.
That's great. What do you think? What are some of your favorite things about Montgomery County? We just talked about the Ag Fair.
Yeah.
And as a council member, you're weighted in all the deeper things that you have to face in the county.
Yes.
But as a resident, there are a lot of things you can enjoy. What are some of the things about Montgomery County that you find that you enjoy the most?
So we're big on parks. So we do like to go out and hike. And also the kids do scouting. So at the Isaac Walton League, we've been out. I've helped paint the bathrooms there with the kids. The fact that we have these different facilities to provide outdoor recreation opportunities across the county, and opportunities for leadership for children, with it, whether it's a sports program or something like scouting, that there's a little bit of something for everyone across the county.
That's awesome. Now, I'd like to ask, since you're here with your peers from across the state.
I just saw one of them.
There you go. Yeah,
he was walking out by.
Council President Evan Glass just walked by.
Yes, he did.
He took a picture too.
He did.
Did you get my good side? That's what
yeah. Trust me, he takes very good photos.
Yeah. He has one of the better Instagram accounts
He
out there,
does.
period, not just
Yes.
council members. So what do you have that you share when you have to, as a feather in your cap, something that you're proud of that you've been able to take on or achieve as council member from Montgomery County that you can share with your colleagues here at the MACo conference?
In my capacity as a council member, I think that I'm proudest of the fact that I took on a bunch of different things. They may seem smaller in scope, but they have real impacts. They make a difference to people. And so I've had a number of bills that have already gone through and passed.
Wow.
And so the fact that that's already happened, and I'm about 8 months into my term. I have 2 more bills that have public hearings coming up on September 12th, and another one that should be being introduced shortly thereafter. So I feel like I've been staying on course and making sure I'm dealing with things as they're coming to my attention and working through them so that I can make sure we're pushing things forward for the county.
All right, let's keep pushing forward.
Yes.
That's what's happening, MACo.
Yeah.
It's Dawn Leudke, Councilmember Dawn Leudke. Please look forward to reaching out to her via her email. It's dawn.leudke@montgomerycountymd.gov.
Yes.
Is that yours? Okay. Or is it Councilmember?
The office one is councilmember.leudke@montgomerycountymd.gov. Yes.
Reach out to her and her fantastic team. So now you know that council members don't do everything themselves.
No.
Although they may take all the credit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love to give them credit, as
Give
you
them
heard.
Indeed.
I've got 4 kids, and I like to think I can multitask with the best of them, and I do.
Wow,
I do
all
pretty
right.
well, but no, everybody needs help, and everybody should be able to self-assess and recognize what your strengths are and where you need to phone a friend and,
That's right.
and get
Hey,
some support. So
I phone a friend a lot. If I was one of those game
all
shows,
good.
the first thing would be, Mom, I got,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yes.
Thank you for answering the questions of the residents.
Sure.
And thank you out there for asking us questions.
Yes.
What's happening, MACo? Today, Council Member Dawn Leudke doing great things all over the county and learning to do more at the MACo conference.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, and please subscribe.